Hey hens, how we all diddly doing? How's everybody holding up? This is my first build video that I'm going to be doing with the new pack, and I am very, very excited. Also, because this is like a kind of double feature. EA contacted me and they're doing an event to promote the release of the new pack, and they asked me to create 3 apartment buildings. It doesn't have to be apartments, but they asked me to build 3 lots for that. They're going to promo them to show them at the event as if they're actual real estate listings, and I thought that was so exciting and so much fun. This video is not part of that. They're 2 separate things, but I thought, you know what? It would be really fun to take you along on this entire journey, because I have an idea in my head. I want to do 1 high budget, 1 mid budget, and 1 low budget. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I love stuff like this. And the first one that we're going to be doing, I just need to get my green screen off. If you've been watching me for a long time, you will know that I done a video called Give Myself the Life I Deserve or Build My Dream House or something like that. And I married Billy. Billy is now Mr. Darcy. Honestly, Billy has many forms. Billy is just a vessel for whichever fictional man I'm interested in at that time. But I said that my favorite house to live in would be a London townhouse. Has that changed? Yes, because the house that I live in right now would be my favorite house to live in. But actually, just while we're on the matter of things, something like this now would be my favorite house to live in. Secluded. I don't know if anybody follows Hannah Lee Duggan cabin. They live like, well, they've bought a new house, but they lived in this cabin by themselves, and that would be the life for me. Only thing is, I'm a fanny. I could not be in the woods by myself. I could not. Like, I have to draw my curtains at night because I feel like someone's looking at me, so I could not be there. I would need the cabin next door to host my entire family, and I would need my sister a little bit further away than everybody else, because we get on not when we're living in close quarters but if we're not together, like if we don't live together, we have the perfect thing, which is why if I ever won the lottery and bought a mansion, we would have to live in separate wings, so she could not be in the same wing as me. But I used to think that a London townhouse was my dream house, and now I don't think that it is. But a London townhouse is my favorite thing to look at. I'm just so intrigued by them, and I need to honestly research more about the history, because I don't know if these were specifically built to house multiple occupancies, or if these were built with the idea of like one rich person living there. Because is it tenements, I think the name is? I know in Edinburgh there's tenements that were purposely built for multiple families, so people that aren't as well off would live in there. Honestly, awful conditions. But I think part of this comes into play with Oliver Twist. My first special interest, by the way, Circle Road. No, Oliver Twist. Who will buy this road in Oliver Twist? I think honestly was just, I saw that road and I just was like, that one. So I think this might be on the higher end of the budget, just because imagine it's going to be somewhere in London. But I don't know whether I want to do the all white style, because the thing is, I don't know how well that would translate into The Sims, especially because we don't have these type of things in The Sims. Or if I want to do something a bit more like this, because I could maneuver this one a little bit more, I think. Let's go. Let's go. I'm just going to open up the game and just see what fucking happens, babe. I don't actually know where to build this, because like my heart is saying Tomarang, but I feel like a London townhouse will kind of clash, you know what I mean? Maybe Newcrest. They usually are terraced, so I think maybe if I just start off with a big block. And I need to judge the staircase situation, because the stairs are always something that fucks me up. And one thing I also know as well is in these styles of houses, because they were quite Georgian styled, it would typically, the walls would get shorter the higher up you went, to kind of give that illusion of grandeur, you know what I mean? So the windows on the bottom would be these 2-story height windows. Oh my god, that is such a beautiful window. Are you shitting my dick? So it's kind of, I don't think I could do it to myself, but it's kind of making me think that should be this high. That should be, no, that is too, but that would be the size of them. But like, no, I think that would just be silly. I think that would be a little bit ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna keep that 2 height, because the 2 height will already be painful enough for me. And I just need to decide, or even just see really, how many rooms we'd be able to get in here, because that would probably be where one stairs went. But this is like a London mansion, isn't it? So do you know what? I'm going to bring these back a bit, and I'm going to hate myself for doing that, because that's going to be a fucking ginormous build. This is the high end. Oh, shit. Should I do something cool with the roofing? Because in a lot of properties, because I've recently been to London, actually, I don't know if anybody knows. I don't know if I've spoke about it or anything like that. In a lot of properties, I did see the kind of using of the roof as it had like this type of stuff in it. So we could have another room there maybe, but I don't don't know logistically how that would work, to be fair. I quite like that. And then could we put a room underneath it? We are very, very quickly running out of money, but I could put a room underneath it. I'm just shotting shit out of wall at the minute. That could work. It's going to be exposed to the elements. Right, what is midpoint between this? I'm really trying to push myself out my comfort zone. Okay, there is no middle. I brought this back one. Is there a middle? Yeah, okay. So this is my plan. Excuse all of this on the side, right? Like, I know how hectic this is all looking at the minute, but bring that back to there. I don't think this is going to work. Wait, this could work. Bring that back to there. Slope it down a bit, but the roofs tend to be higher. Do they? Oh God, I don't know if I'd be able to pull that one off. Would I? Could I? Should I? You know, this is getting a lot. I may have bit off more than I can chew. How many? I would like to do flip the entire thing. I allotted myself 2 hours for this build. I just need everybody to know. 2 hours. That is not the middle then. If that's 2 across and then that is 5 and then that is 6. So the middle, actually, there. Do I even need the middle anymore? Oh, guys, I've stressed myself out on this fucking roofing situation and I haven't even delegated the space for each room. Right, let's just boom, down a floor, boom, down a floor, boom. That is your allotted space. Is that right? Because then I'm thinking, because they all have the things that come out here, don't they? Yes, this is coming together. And then they have the things that come out up to here. Have I actually worked this out? I literally walked up to the CEO of EA and I said, let's make history. And that's what happened here. This might be where it all fucks up. But does it? This might be it, yeah. Fuck. What am I not getting here? What am I missing? Is it because that doesn't actually go all the way? I can't place... Well, do you know what? I was going to put a fake wall there. I actually can't do that. I could just put... If I do bb.move objects, they've got to have a couple of chimneys, right? So I could put... I think that's given townhouse. But that's fine, because then I can just drag this out, make that match up with that. This could work. Like, I am still quite hopeful. Not that hopeful though, honestly. That's not given what I wanted to give. Why? It's because they have these separate things coming out here. And you know what might be best and beneficial for me? If I just keep the fucking image up. I also don't think that they go all the way. And I also think, oh my God, if this... Wait, no, I can get away with this, surely. If I just put, never mind. Give me a snacker. Ah, I need to get my Snoopy Snoop. I know that my sister is going to hate captioning that. Sister, if you're watching this, just put Simlish for that, babe. Guys, I know that we've all loved this time that we've had together so far. I'm 18 minutes into the fucking video, right? And I've not made any progress. I'm going to mute and I'll voice over this part of me figuring out different roof configurations, okay? Because I feel like I need to zone in. At the minute, I don't feel like I can be entertaining, honestly. I feel like I need a bit of tummy time, you know? Oh, I put so much pressure on myself because I was so excited for it that if I need to figure out this roofing situation, okay? The London house market depends on it. Call me what you want, but you can't call me rational, babe. I do like to say, just to not to give spoilers or anything, but I do actually figure it out, and I think I am the most proud of this build than I've been of any builds. And it was actually really fun to go at the Sims event and see it displayed because the Sims event was so cool. They made this like, it was just a random building in London and they made it look like a real estate agent's, and they had live sim actors as well. They had Nancy and Jeffrey Landgrab, and they also had Malcolm Landgrab. I didn't see that one though, but Jeffrey and Nancy. And then they had this card that was like, ring this number. And then me and Molly stayed at Steph's, and then we woke up in the morning and Steph rang them, and we thought it was just going to be, you know, when James Charles was like, hey, you can text me at this number. We just thought it would be that. And we just get like an automated information. But no, it was the actual Nancy Landgrab. And she was like, so. We were like, so. And it was quiet. And we were like, is this pre-recorded? No, darling, I'm right here. And we were like, oh, it was fantastic. Anyway, I did figure out the roof situation in the end. I actually think I finally figured it out. So the one that I based it off the most, originally I was trying to base it off this one. That was too difficult. So I decided to base it off this one specifically with the chimneys on the top here, and then finished with the thingy-majiggies, the fencing up there. And I think I've pretty much got it. So the front and the back are pretty much the exact same. In order to make this work so everything is even, I narrowed it down to 3 houses, which actually I think is a lot better than like the 6 that I was originally planning. So the middle one is smaller and then the outer 2 are bigger. Are they the same? 3, 6, 7, 3, 6, 7, 8. Literally, never mind me. They are actually even. Oh, perfect. Okay, so they're all the same size, which actually works out better for me because I think that I would prefer like taking photographs of the middle. Okay, there we go. Now it's just all of the fun stuff because I also want to do there's like a typical entranceway type of thing. And I want to put that in the middle of all of these, and that now actually works out perfectly. You know what? Yeah, I can just copy and paste that. It's also going to need an entryway, and they also need to be on a bit of a height. Maybe I'll even do the thing where it's separated into dungeons, if that, not dungeons itself. I actually don't think I will be able to do that, which is fine. Do I really need a basement though? Okay, I could do that and then bring it out. That is an option, but then it would remove whatever we put on there, I'm pretty sure. Like if we put not really, because London houses do tend to have like a little peekaboo basement type area, and we could have that there. Let me see how I feel if we put some stairs on. Oh, I like those. Oh god, I hate how that's done that. Oh, or even that is quite Londony. This could work. And we've got the columns too. Oh, this is actually perfect. Like this is exactly what I needed. That is giving the vibes that I'm wanting it to give. It really is, Your Honor. Okay, this is looking really good so far. Honestly, this might be a shout because I might change this, but the lower ones on here do have a different texture. They've got different windows and everything. Maybe because this is a business or a hotel or whatever, but I kind of want to separate like that. But even these ones honestly have a different type. Like the upper floors are more plain, so that might be a shout, but I might also this in a white. I think that. And I know that I really want to use these, but I'm also scared that that's too much. Although maybe for the bottom ones I use it on every single one, and then for the outer ones I could have a big window, but then I could have the big window there, because that could be perfect. Would it work if I use different ones for the outer ones? I feel like it would probably be better if I'd just done something like that, but then in terms of symmetry, is that going to look weird? Because are they too close? You know what I mean? You know what? I'm just going to try it and then I'll see what I think of it. I could have made them one wider, but because it gets smaller as you go up, I'll use them. Then do I make those smaller as I go up? But then what goes in the middle? I don't really like them without an actual window frame, so I might slot that in. That looks fine from the inside, I think. And I could remove them and maybe make the innermost windows black, kind of suit the rest of it. I don't know, I feel like I could but the rest of the shutters are white. Maybe a grey. Maybe if I make them... Is there a grey? There is no grey. I think I prefer it all white, but I do feel like it needs some distinction. Maybe I get the distinction in the front door. Let's have a look at the front doors. That could work. But then also I'm noticing that these aren't even, which is annoying. Now we need to that, which means that these won't be even. But it's fine. I'm just going to sort these out and make everything even, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, I've set it all up. I'm really proud of it. I actually think it looks so good. I decided to go for brick on the upper floors because I think white would have been too much. I think it can work IRL, but I think maybe in person it would have potentially been too much. I don't know whether to do... I mean, what sidewalk slabs are they? I need to match them, but I don't think I'm going to be able to match them. That will do. So I've made it all even, so it all looks even on the front. Excuse me, good sir. And then on the back as well, it doesn't all look even because the middle one, which is the one that we're going to be experimenting on today, or maybe I should have done the outside one just so it's easier to grab pictures. Yeah, I think I'm going to change these quickly. Has had a little modern upgrade because it's quite normal to see on Victorian properties like this that have a modern upgrade, but also these rooms on the side of them, like on the back bit, are also very normal. And I'm also going to remove the corner bit so it all blends seamlessly, because my plan is to have this bit as maybe like a kitchen area, but can you see how like open it looks right towards the end? Because I think this entire bit, and I also want to play with split levels and stuff like that, I think this entire bit will be the kitchen, which looks really cool, honestly, when you look at it like that. I've also separated it into these, but I need to change those. You know what? It doesn't really matter, I guess, at the end of the day, does it? And you can hide units, which is fun. Anyway, I think I'm going to sort the floor plan out. So the reason that I gave myself 2 hours to finish this build was because I actually had a doctor's appointment. And I could not finish this build in time for the doctor's appointment. She really pushed me to my limits in a good way. Like she really, there was things with the roofing and everything like that that I'd never really tried before. And I'm glad for her. You know, I appreciate her. Appreciate you. Or as some people say, appreciate. My auntie says appreciate instead of appreciate. Who else does that? Is that? I don't think it's a borough thing, because most people in borough that I know say appreciate. It's like a sh sound, not a s. But my auntie goes, appreciate ya. Anyway, that's absolutely not relevant to the plot at all in any way, shape or form. But the reason that I had to cut this short and do and add this in post-editing or post-recording or whatever is because I had a doctor's appointment. Because, right, skip forward. If you don't enjoy like period talk and stuff like that, just skip. But also, I wish that I knew that other people struggled with their periods as much as I did. So for that reason, I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, I went to the doctors, not specifically for my periods, but I was having these intense dizzy spells, not fainting, but I am a fainter. I have fainted a good couple of times in my life. I didn't know that it was not normal to have periods of fainting. Started when I was about 11, 12. You can probably see where this is going, you know. You can probably see why I was fainting. And if you can't, God bless you, my sweet summer child. Anyway, about 2 weeks before my period, I had these intense dizzy spells where if I stand up or if I do anything or if I move fast, my vision goes black. And I'm like, I am literally going to faint right now. So I decided to go to the doctors. So I went to the doctors with my mum, had to get a blood test. It was fine. I'm fine with blood tests. I'm a little bit scared of needles, but nothing that I can't handle. But anyway, that got done. It got sent off. Came back, babe, I'm fucking anemic. I'm fucking anemic. No wonder that during that lead up to my period, I am like, it's difficult for me to get out of bed. I have these 2-week routines in my life, right? And I know them every single time. 2 weeks before my period, I'm sluggish. I can feel the tiredness behind my eyes. I feel like my cells have been... That is how I feel, right? The 2 weeks after my period, I'm walking on sunshine. Like, you could not bring me down if you fucking tried. My mental health on top, everything on top. Sleep, I don't need it. Some people might call it manic. I don't think it's manic. I genuinely don't. I think that is how I actually am. And then the 2 weeks before my period, because I'm anemic, it has that impact on me where it just ties me to my bone. So the doctors have given me iron tablets, and I hope that it helps. I have very bad periods as well, which is probably why. So if you also have a heavy flow and a wide set vagina, go get your iron levels checked. You never know, babe, you never know. Hopefully it helps with dizziness as well. But yeah, I just wish that talking about periods was normalized, not this shunned thing in society. So I'm hoping that I can bring some awareness to it, especially as somebody who has really bad sensory issues around my period. I think that we should talk about it more so other people don't feel as alone. Which I like to do. I like to talk about things that impact me. Also, something that impacts me. We all know I have mental health issues. Lately, I don't know if you've been able to tell, I've been doing okay. I still have really bad days, but one sign that I'm doing okay, because I feel like I had to strip every single thing back. I had to build myself up from ground zero after 2020. And that was in my personal life, in my eating habits, in my sleeping habits, in everything. And it had to get really, really bad before it got really, really better. And that also impacted YouTube. I haven't been consistent, which consistency for me feels really, really good. And I haven't really delved that much into editing. I've had to take it to like ground zero and start again. And lately I've been getting back into chaotic editing. And my main goal for 2024 is consistency and editing. And it's been really good. And I'm hoping that consistency will be really good for me in 2024. I'm excited. I feel hopeful and I feel excited, and it's a really good feeling. And obviously I still have bad days as well, but I'm always going to have bad days. At the end of the day, I have autism and life can be really fucking hard some days, and some days it can come so easy, but that's such is life. Also, I saw TikTok, but Steph uploaded a TikTok of our attendance at this event that I'm building for. And a comment on that was like, oh my god, a Plumbella and Steph Sims crossover. And just in case you guys don't know, we are best friends. Like, I speak to Molly, Sasha, Kayla, Steph every single day for like hours a day. They are my rotten soldiers, my homeboys, my good time pals. I love them all so much. We all actively like are really good friends with each other. I also met one of my favorite creators, Tazkabaz, at the event as well. I love Tazkabaz, lovely. I met a lot of you there actually. It was really fun. It was a really good time. I also saw someone in the Drown Them hoodie. It was beautiful. So that is everything that I have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all so much. I'm very excited for 2024 and what that can bring for us as a channel. I have so many cool ideas and I actually feel like I've got the mental headspace to actually attack them now, rather than just letting them fester up in there. So I'm really excited. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, bitch.